Welcome to Donmar TV News Channel, mga nagbabagang balita sa buwan ng Setyembre.
Vice President Leni Robredo said that there is more to fighting the COVID-19 crisis than just wearing face masks, waiting for vaccines, and spraying pesticides throughout the country. How will the palace respond to this?
Tama po sinabi niya. Kasi bukod po doon sa mga sinabi ni Presidente, tayo na po ang pinakamataas na testing rate. Pero baliwala po kay Vice President yan. Tayo po ngayon nagpapatupad ng magalong formula sa tracing. Baliwala po yan kay Vice President. Napakadami na po nating isolation centers na naibukas. Ang mga pampublikong mga paaralan, ginagamit na rin yung isolation centers, ang mga hotel. Baliwala po yan kay Vice President. At siyempre po, tayo po ay nagtayo na ng hospital command center na talagang nagbibigay ng referral service kung saan pupunta ang mga nangangailangan ng medical attention. Baliwala rin po yan kay Vice President at sa mga oposisyon. Sila po, wala raw tayong ginagawa. Well, sila lang ata ang hindi nakakaalam kung anong ginagawa ng gobyerno. Buksan po ang mga mata at buksan po ang mga pandinig.
Yes, good afternoon, Secretary Roque. Follow-up lang dun sa unang tanong on Vice President Robredo. Also in her statement, she listed 4 suggestions for the government. That includes medical and non-medical interventions to combat the virus, addressing poverty, hunger, unemployment, restricting public and private finances, and rebuilding the economy in an inclusive, resilient, and sustainable way. Any response po, Secretary?
Wala pong bago. Pinatutupad na po yan ng gobyerno. Again, buksan po ang mata, buksan ang mga pandinig nang hindi po inuulit ang pinatutupad na ng gobyerno.
So yung kay Vice President Robredo, context yun yung sinabi niya kagabi. What do you say though to those who say no, na waiting for a vaccine exactly doesn't sound like a plan?
Alam niyo po ang plano natin, National Action Plan 1, National Action Plan 2, nasa National Action Plan 2 na po tayo kung saan binubuksan na po natin ang ekonomiya, pinag-iingat natin ang mga kababayan sa kanilang kalusugan para tayo makapaghanap buhay. Tuloy pa rin po ang ating mga localized lockdown and granular lockdowns at tuloy pa rin yung papainting natin ng testing, tracing, isolation and treatment. Yun po yung plano. Pero habang wala talagang bakuna, habang walang gamot, wala pa rin po talagang solusyon sa pandemyang ito. Hinahamon ko po si VP Lemi. Kung meron siyang solusyon na walang baksin at wala pa rin gamot, sabihin niya po. Dahil sigurado po, baka ngayon din maging presidente siya kung makahanap siya ng solusyon habang walang bakuna at walang gamot.
Alright. While all praises po si President Duterte dito po sa White Sand Beautification Project nga po ng DNR sa Manila Bay, apparently the Cebu Provincial Government noted that the extraction of dolomite rocks destroyed or damaged the marine ecosystem sa Cebu, particularly yung mga corals po doon. How do we reconcile this, sir? We are proud of the project, but on the other hand, meron po palang damage or reported damage to the environment. Who should be responsible and what should be done?
Hindi pa po natin talaga na-verify yan. Pag-aaralan po yan ng DNR at titignan po natin kung paano natin maibsan kung merong ng danyo sa nangyari dyan po sa Alcoy, Cebu. Pero ang kailangan po malaman ng taong bayan, sa mulat mula po, yan ang kabuhayan sa Alcoy, Cebu. Hindi po ito kauna-unang pagkakataon na sila nagbenta ng dolomite. Nakasalalay po yung buong bayan na yan sa pagbebenta ng dolomite. So matagal na po yung nangyayari at yan po ay dahilan para napakaraming may hanap buhay at trabaho dyan po sa Alcoy, Cebu. Okay. Well, yung kaindik po, no, nakapagtataka yung LTO Chief, LTO Regional Director, siya ngayon ang gumagalaw para sa BIR. Isipin nyo taong bayan, bakit niya linabas yung BIR? Obviously because yung mga motorcycle distributor nagsumbong nga. Kaya nang nagsumbong, bumawi. Nagsusumbong daw siya sa BIR. Di magsumbong ka sa BIR para mas maraming tax collection. Pero ang issue pa rin, korupsyon. Zero corruption ang presidente. And huwag kang magkamali na gawin yung mga ginawa ng ibang mga opisyal na hindi daw ako nagsasalita sa ngalan ng presidente pagdating sa korupsyon. Tignan po natin. I will bring the matter up now to the top leadership.
Yes, sir. Sir, my question is just about the UN
the UNGA speech. So I was wondering, sir, if maybe recently you were able to talk to the president and ask him why he agreed this year to give a speech when in the previous years he never did. Baka you have new information on that?
Sinagot na po yan kahapon ni Yusek Borge, no? There are matters po that are of profound significance to the international community, kasama na po doon yung COVID, no? Kaya magsasalita po sa kauna-unang pagkakataon ng ating presidente.
So sir, walang bago pong sinabi si presidente about his motives?
Wala naman po. Ang ang diskusyon kahapon ay tungkol sa EU, tungkol sa EU, sa ano pa yung sinabi ko kanina? Sa nurses, sa ano pa yung isa? Ha? Yung Manila Bay at saka yung speakership.
Okay. Sir, next question. Because before si President was saying that he wouldn't want to pay a reservation fee for vaccines to be developed by Western companies. But we've also already set aside 1.5 billion for a reservation fee, which experts say actually refers to the advanced market commitment. So, sir, the government already said we would contribute to the AMC of the COVAX facility. So, sir, how does the President's remarks affect that commitment? Does that mean we will no longer contribute to the AMC of the COVAX facility?
No, we will cooperate po, no, in connection with all multilateral efforts to ensure equitable sharing of a vaccine if developed, no. Pero ang gaya sabi nga ng presidente, hindi siya naniniwala doon sa ginagawa ng ibang mga bansa, nagbabayad na ahead of time in the development of the vaccine to ensure that they get a supply. So yun po yung sinasabi ni presidente na he is unwilling to do.
So last follow-up to that, sir. So, sir, you're saying that, for example, Moderna or Pfizer, if they develop a vaccine but ask for an AMC, the president will not want to pay that, even if it means securing supply for the country of this very critical vaccine?
Well, ang style naman po ng presidente, kung hindi tayo magbabayad, dinadaan po sa pagkakaibigan. And that's why he has fostered ties with all countries that are developing the vaccine, including the United States for that matter.
So you think there's a way for us to get the vaccine even if we don't pay an AMC to these companies in the States?
Well, we don't know if any company in the United States will in fact give us without payment of AMC, but he's sure that if it comes from Russia, if it comes from China, we can.
Okay, sir. Sir, last na lang sa PhilHealth. I don't know if that is the full statement of the president with regard to the ombudsman, but can you, since you were in the meeting, can you give us the full context of why the president would say that, you know, he trusts the Ombudsman Martires, is a reasonable man? Where are we now with regard to the PhilHealth mess, such that he would say that he wants to expedite yung mga cases? Nagigiba, sir, parang may konti bang friction or sagabal dun sa ombudsman with regard to how we want to proceed with the PhilHealth?
Well, wala naman po. Kaya lang po, kung ikukumpira mo dun sa Task Force PhilHealth na isang buwan nagkaroon ng rekomendasyon, siyempre mas matagal po yung proseso sa ombudsman. Pero naniniwala naman po, nagtitiwala ang presidente na si Ombudsman Martires will eventually file the corresponding charges po laban dun sa mga dapat maparusahan. Yun lang po ang konteksto, no?
So independent of the task force, sir, yan, no?
Oh, independent. At rin-respeto po talaga niya na mas marami pang kasong maisasampa. Ang nais niya sana mapabilis talaga dahil gusto niya talagang makulong na yung mga kurakot dyan sa PhilHealth. And again,
ombudsman cases,
to those who said that I was not speaking on behalf of the president when I was talking about corruption in PhilHealth, well, res ipsa loquitur, we are one po with the president in wanting to see all those corrupt people in PhilHealth behind bars.
All right, sir. So thank you for your time.
Salamat, Joseph. Back to you, Sec Rocky.
Yes, Secretary, from Alvin Baltasar ng Radyo Pilipinas. Ano daw po ang reaksyon ng palasyo sa move ng Department of Health na gawing schedule ang pag-i-interview sa kanila 2 days prior sa target interview? Kailangan daw po makapagpadala ng request. Di po ba may urgency sa information dissemination sa mga panahong ito, lalo't DOH ang concerned agency?
Hindi ko po alam kung ano yung polisiya ng DOH, pero kanya-kanyang polisiya naman po yan. Ang alam ko si Yusek Vergeire as spokesperson is expected to give the public answers to their questions.
Thank you, Secretary.